Hi, it's Jason Everett from Business Refuel, and thanks for taking the time to watch this quick video tip. Have you ever had a goal, a dream, or a desire, or have you ever had something that you really wanted to accomplish and it's been on your list for a long time, but you just haven't gotten it done because what ends up happening is you make this mountainous to-do list of endless tasks and emails and things that you need to get done that end up taking a priority in your day-to-day. You end up putting out fires instead of getting what you really want to have accomplished. Well, what I want to do today is teach you a technique, teach you a system that'll help you when you set that goal in the first place, make that goal almost done already so that all you have to do is carry out the steps. In fact, what most people do when they set a goal is they say something like, I'd like to lose some weight, or I'd like to get in better shape. Well, there's nothing wrong with that as a goal, but it's fairly intangible. In fact, when you say something like, I'd like to lose some weight, you could lose a pound. Or if you want to say, I'd like to make more money, well, here's $1, go on your merry way. And so what I want to help you do is take an acronym that has helped me over the last, 15 years of being able to do this, that's helped me transform not only the people's lives that I've worked with to help increase their sales anywhere from 30 to 130% in sometimes as little as 6 weeks, but it's helped me achieve the goals that I thought weren't unachievable just because I had put them on the back burner for so long. So here's the acronym. It's SMART, S-M-A-R-T, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, reach, and timetable. Now, you may have heard this acronym before, maybe in a slightly different way, or maybe even with different words associated with it, but I want to use those specific words associated with the acronym today because that's over the 15 years that I've been doing this has really helped me to not only push people to get their goals concrete, but have a clear goal and a plan in place that'll help them execute it. So let's go through and unpack those for just a second. Is that S stands for specific, which means you need to be able to say it's not just lose weight. Do you want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, what is it you want to do? Or do you want to fit into maybe those favorite pair of jeans that you haven't worn in a long time? You know which pair I'm talking about, right? So you got to be specific with your goal. You got to get it as specific as possible. And maybe you say, I want to weigh 5 pounds less and fit into those jeans. That would be even more specific. Then the next one is M, which stands for measurable. It's got to be something that you can track and you can see the stats of. Now, if you said, I want to be a better communicator, well, can you measure that? Can you measure the effectiveness of your communication skills? So maybe you can look at it a different way. Say, if I want to be a better communicator, maybe what you can measure is, right now I have 2 or 3 calls a day from people returning an email or asking for clarification because I wasn't clear. Or people come in my office and say, hey, I'm not understanding what you asked for. Maybe that happens a couple times a day. So if you want to be a better communicator, you want to bring that from 3 times a day down to once a day or down to once a week. That would be something that you could measure. Now, it's got to be something that's achievable. And I go back to the weight loss example because it's probably the easiest, is if people say, well, I want to lose 50 pounds in 1 day. Well, that's probably not going to happen unless you lose a body part. You got to cut something off in order to get 50 pounds lighter in 1 day. So it's got to be something that's physically possible or achievable for you to do. Doesn't mean you had to have done it before. You need to know other people have done it. It's something that's achievable. Or maybe it's something that is at least in theory achievable for you to accomplish. Now, R stands for reach, and the reason why I like the word reach instead of some people call it reasonable, I'd like you to call it a reach because I want it to be something that's not in your current scope of what would be easy to do. It's got to be just outside of your comfort zone, just outside of what you're able to do now. So for example, if you set a goal and you say, I'd like to make 50 cold calls a day, right? Instead of, if you've done 50 cold calls a day, that's not really a reach. You might want to say, my reach would be to do 75, or my reach would be to do 100. It's just outside of what you're comfortable with doing now. And the last thing is T, which stands for timetable. Timetable is something you need to assign to it. So I want to lose 5 pounds and fit into my favorite pair of pants, that's something that I can do, within the next 6 weeks. Now, and that's something that I have not done before. It's something that I'd like to do, and that 5 pounds has been haunting me for the last 3, 6 months, whatever it's been. Now, you've used a smart goal setting process to not only set the goal, but also set a concrete enough goal that you can now achieve what you're after. So that's it for me, Jason Everett from Business Refuel, on our quick video tip.